problem, smiling all day long, playing the part where I always belong, bowing my head to the corporate design, selling my soul for a straight dotted line. But the moment I step through the sliding steel gate, the heavy illusion collapses under its own weight. Door slides shut, the plastic smile drops, looking at a stranger in the elevator mirror as the world stops. Dark circles under my eyes, pale and gray, a hollow shell that survived another day. The reflection is cold, staring right back at me, an underpaid actor in a corporate tragedy, loosening the tie till I can finally breathe, hiding the exhaustion that's boiling underneath four metallic walls, a temporary sanctuary, escaping the place that is killing me softly. Floor 15, floor 14, dropping down low, gravity pulling down the emotions I show. Everyone's wearing smoke and mirrors outside, but in this tiny box there is nowhere to hide. Dropping the mask in the elevator mirror, the farther I sink, the reality gets clearer. Steel walls watching me fall apart, it's just another ghost with a corporate heart. Step out into the night, time to pretend again. We build up these personas just to survive the grind, leaving our authentic pieces somewhere far behind. A cynical grin for the security cam, questioning if I even know who I really am. The bell chimes softly, floor number 4. Almost at the exit, almost at the door, ready to blend back into the midnight crowd, where the silence of the city gets a little too loud. But for these 30 seconds I am completely real, feeling the numbness that I'm forced to feel. Ground floor, door opening, I put the mask back on as the light breaks in. Step out to the lobby with a fake practiced grin, back into the smoke, back into the game. Another nameless face with a corporate name. 15, floor 14, dropping down low, gravity pulling down the emotions I show. Everyone's wearing smoke and mirrors outside, but in this tiny box there is nowhere to hide. Dropping the mask in the elevator mirror, the farther I sink, the reality gets clearer. Steel walls watching me fall apart, just another ghost with a corporate heart.
Think ground floor. Think ground floor.
Step out into the night, time to pretend again. Yeah, 2 a.m. again, just me and the screen. Another code delivery. Yeah. Scrolling through the app, my thumb is getting numb, picking up the same old order. What have I become? Notification pops, a solitary beep within these 4 blank walls where the shadow tends to creep. Double check the latch, make sure the door is tight, locking up my thoughts in the middle of the night. Sitting on the edge, hugging pillows for some space, waiting for a sound in this dark and quiet place. Heavy footsteps echoing from way down the hall, breathing getting shallow as I lean against the wall. Left it by the door, a text without a face, cold metal handle staring out into space. Hearing his shadow fade down the long floor, holding my breath until he's not there anymore. I pour the drink, yeah, it's a lonely night, so choose, go high. My mind is drifting under neon lights, so real, go wild, yeah, so juice,
Go high.
look at the clock now,
We'll go wild.
in this block now.
Peeling off the plastic in the dark.
Every little scratch is tearing me apart.
Muted videos and a cold glass.
Too used to the silence, waiting for the night to pass. Tearing off the wrap, the plastic makes a screech. Loudest thing alive within a second person reach. Snap the chopsticks, set them on the side table. Staring at the screen, clicking anything I'm able, but it's muted, no sound, just the glare. People on the feed laughing like they even care. Chewing on the food, but I can't taste a thing. Just moving my jaw for the comfort it might bring. Why is it so quiet? Leaning on my hand, watching pixels move around. Scared of tomorrow, swallowing without a sound. Midnight breeze sneaking through the window crack. Cold empty boxes, there is no turning back. I pour the drink, yeah, it's so lonely night. So juice, go high. My mind is drifting under neon lights. So real, go wild.
Peeling off the plastic in the dark.
Every little scratch is tearing me apart.
Muted videos and a cold blast.
Too used to the silence, waiting for the night to pass.
Tying up the trash bag. Blast, blast, blast.
Tying up the trash bag. Plastic rustles slow. Shutting down the laptop. Watch the shadows grow. Just another night in the studio. Staring at the ceiling where the moisture starts to collect. The air is too wet to breathe, humidity sticking to my skin like old regrets. Floorboards feeling sticky under the weight of my feet. A damp apartment trapped in the middle of a summer heat. The old AC is humming, spitting out a lukewarm breeze, but it can't fight the mold growing slowly on the keys. Everything is damp, from the mattress to my shirt. A heavy muddy feeling dragging me down into the dirt. The forecast says it's gonna pour until the month is through. Just like the blurry vision of the things I need to do. Can't tell if it's the weather or the static in my head, but I'm paralyzed, melting flat against an unmade bed. The wallpaper is bubbling, breathing in the water vapor. My future feels as fragile as a piece of wet paper. Outside the gutters are overflowing on the street. Inside I'm drowning in a slow and sticky defeat. Raindrops hitting the concrete, a never-ending beat. Sweat and condensation soaking through the sheet. We're wading through the summer, but the water's too deep. Too humid to stay awake, too sticky to fall asleep. Humid, rainy season, drowning in the damp room. A heavy cloud of gray swallowing the gloom.
Water on the window.
Water on the window. Moisture in my soul. Losing all the friction, losing all control. I grab a cold glass of water, but it sweats within a minute. Just like the small life and the heavy static in it. No clear lines, no sharp edges in the mist. Just a humid existential crisis that likes to persist. Cynical thoughts dripping like the leak from the roof. Looking for a sign, looking for a solid proof. But the air is too thick, it swallows up the sound, leaving me completely anchored to the sticky ground. And now the thunder rumbles somewhere far out in the city. A heavy wet night that doesn't offer any pity. 99% humidity, nowhere to hide. The clock keeps ticking, but the air is standing still. A moldy paradise built against my own will. Wiping off the sweat, staring at the blurry screen. The stickiest summer night that I have ever seen. Raindrops hitting the concrete, a never-ending beat. Sweat and condensation soaking through the sheet. We're wading through the summer, but the water's too deep. Too humid to stay awake, too sticky to fall asleep. Humid, rainy season, drowning in the damp room. A heavy cloud of gray swallowing the gloom.
Water on the window.
Water on the window. Moisture in my soul. Losing all the friction, losing all control. The air's just too heavy tonight. Everything is soaking wet. Still raining. Staring out the window from this high-rise view, the clock strikes 3, got nothing left to do. Distant sirens cutting through the heavy fog, living with millions but talking to the walls. A faint highway hum like a ghost in the air, while a drunkard's laugh echoes from down there. Tangled up with strangers through a drywall sheet, but completely alone on this empty street. Looking down below, the taillights fade away. A sea of concrete, everything is grey. We bleed the same color under neon light, but we're just strangers drifting in the night. Yeah, watching the world spin, standing perfectly still. Crowded rooms, but I'm the only one here. Tracing the outline, watching the blur disappear. Whispering walls and a cold window pane, surrounded by millions, but it feels all the same. Steps. Footsteps outside, someone's arguing late. A muffled conversation behind the iron gate. I don't know their names, I don't know their face. Just transient shadows in this crowded space. Heavy room, heavy air, breathing feels so loud. Isolated high above the midnight cloud, watching the city breathe, keeping my eyes wide. An urban walker with a ghost inside. Looking down below, the taillights fade away. A sea of concrete, everything is grey. We bleed the same color under neon light, but we're just strangers drifting in the night. Yeah, watching the world spin, standing perfectly still. Crowded rooms, but I'm the only one here. Tracing the outline, watching the blur disappear. Whispering walls and a cold window pane, surrounded by millions, but it feels all the same.
Sirens fade away into the misty blue. Another stranger passes, leaving no clue. Just a ghost walking in the city.
It's 1 a.m., the bedroom is completely pitch black, except the smartphone screen glowing, keeping me on track. Browsing through the labels, things I can't afford. A digital dopamine for a soul that's getting bored. Leather jackets, designer boots, a lifestyle made of gold. Adding everything to the cart, feeling kinda bold. $1,000 in a virtual cart, looking so sublime. Buying myself a fake future, one item at a time. watching the total number go up and up so high. A temporary rush underneath the midnight sky. I stare at the checkout button, the final flashing gate. Reality hits me hard, whispering my financial state. My finger hovers over the glass, frozen in the air, comparing my bank account to the luxury line there. A cynical laugh escapes my lips into the quiet room. Just another illusion fading in the midnight gloom. Empty wishes fading when the screen goes dark, leaving no trace, not a single burning spark. It's a beautiful fantasy wrapped in a pixel frame, but tomorrow morning my balance stays the same. Midnight card shopping, filling up the empty space, chasing a ghost that I can never quite embrace. Delete all the items, turning off the artificial light. Just another window shopper in the middle of the night. We buy things we don't need with money we don't own, to impress people we don't know, sitting all alone. The algorithm knows my weakness, feeds me what I want. A cycle of material anxiety that likes to haunt. Close the tab, clear the history, back to the starting line. The illusion of wealth dissolves, leaving no design. Just a 32-year-old staring at the empty wall, realizing the biggest luxury is not wanting it all. Select all, delete, clear. Shopping bag is empty, the screen goes dead reflection, showing my own face devoid of any connection. Going back to sleep with a heavy cynical sigh, another modern ritual passing me by. Two wishes fading when the screen goes dark, leaving no trace, not a single burning spark. It's a beautiful fantasy wrapped in a pixel frame, but tomorrow morning my balance stays the same. Midnight card shopping, filling up the empty space, chasing a ghost that I can never quite embrace. Delete all the items, turning off the artificial light. Just another window shopper in the middle of the night. Rocking the screen, rocking the screen, rocking the screen. Nothing bought, nothing changed. Maybe next month. Oh. Looking out the corner, there's a mountain made of cotton. Every single promise that I made and then forgotten. Clothes on the floor, heavy as my thoughts. I'll wash them tomorrow, maybe next week or not. Socks turn inside out, shirts losing their shape, just like the little plans that I always let escape. Can't even spin a cycle, can't even touch the dial. Living in a capsule, defeated by a pile. The detergent bottles empty, sitting on the shelf, a perfect representation of how I treat myself. I look at the fabric, faded and worn out, tossed in the shadows where I hide all my doubt. Everybody's running, keeping up the pace, while I'm just staring at the dust in my own space. Spinning in circles, but I never start to rinse. Lost the control and I haven't seen it since. It's just a couple shirts, yeah, it should be light, but it feels like a boulder crushing me tonight. Overdue laundry spinning in my head, easier to leave it stay inside my bed. Fabric soft in our dreams, but reality is rough. Trying to clean it up, but I never have enough. They talk about the hustle, they talk about the grind, but fixing my own room is too heavy for my mind. Wrinkles on my hoodie, stains upon my pride, a cynical smile for the mess I keep inside. Tomorrow's gonna come and I'll wear the same jeans, picking from the pile, living way behind the scenes. No flashy lifestyle, no glamorous view, just an unmade bed and a task I didn't do. Maybe next Monday or the one after, watching the sunset through the window pane. Guilt washing over like a sudden pouring rain, but the motivation's dry, the energy is low, so I'll just let the pile grow, let it slow-mo. Spinning in circles, but I never start the rinse. Lost the control and I haven't seen it since. It's just a couple shirts, yeah, it should be light, but it feels like a boulder crushing me tonight. Overdue laundry spinning in my head. Easier to leave it stay inside my bed. Fabric softer than dreams, but reality is rough. Trying to clean it up, but I never have enough. Just let it pile up. It's not going anywhere anyway. Tomorrow, definitely tomorrow. Again, no more sleep in sight. 2 hands on my phone for the rest of the night. My room's pitch black, but my screen's so bright I could go blind and I still won't close my eyes. 2 a.m. turned to 3 a.m. 3 a.m. turned to 4 a.m. 4 a.m. turned to 5 a.m. Somebody help me, please. My digital insomnia.
My digital insomnia.
My digital insomnia.
My digital insomnia. My digital insomnia.
Somebody help me, please. Just wanna go to sleep, just wanna get some rest. But it's this feeling in my chest. I guess I won't get any sleep tonight, and I won't get to dream tonight. 2 a.m. turned to 3 a.m. 3 a.m. turned to 4 a.m. 4 a.m. turned to 5 a.m. Somebody help me, please. My digital insomnia.
My digital insomnia.
My digital insomnia.
My digital insomnia. My digital insomnia.
Staring at the ceiling, trying to find a trace of any familiar feeling in this rented space. Thin walls and cheap paint, no pictures on the frame. Sleeping in a room that doesn't care about my name. The landlord's wallpaper peeling at the edge. A couple of plastic plants on the window ledge. Everything I own fits inside a cardboard box. Living under someone else's keys and locks. I hear the neighbor's TV through the drywall sheet. A muffled laugh, a life that feels so complete, while I'm just a shadow floating on the linoleum floor. An uninvited guest standing by the door. Never hammering a nail, never leaving a mark. Just a temporary tenant drifting in the dark. Paying for the square feet, but I don't belong. Every footstep echoes like a broken song. If I pack my bags tonight, who would even know? Just another name on a lease, ready to go. Sublet loneliness, staring at the blank wall, waiting for a place that I can finally call home. Linoleum, keeping my emotions small. Just a ghost in transit, living all alone. Living all alone. Yeah, I look at the deposit receipt on the desk. A cynical reminder of a life so grotesque. They buy and they sell the places where we sleep, while the roots that we try to grow never run deep. No memory in these corners, no history in the hall, just a security deposit keeping me thralled. Tomorrow I'll wake up to the same unfamiliar smell, a transient soul in a concrete shell. Where do we go when the lease is up? The rain hits the glass but it doesn't wash away the feeling that I'm leaving at the end of the day. I'm packing my life just to pack it back tight, an urban nomad in the middle of the night. Paying for the square feet but I don't belong. Every footstep echoes like a broken song. If I pack my bags tonight, who would even know? Just another name on a lease, ready to go. Sublet loneliness, staring at the blank wall, waiting for a place that I can finally call home. Coal linoleum, keeping my emotions small, just a ghost in transit, living all alone. Living all alone. Checking the corners for anything left behind. Nothing here is mine anyway, just a temporary stay. Yearbook underneath the bed, names and faces spinning around my head. We used to share everything every single night, swearing we conquer the world under the streetlight. Now I'm just scrolling through a glowing screen, staring at the updates of where you've been. No big fight, no dramatic goodbye, just the heavy gravity of July to July. You got a new job, a new corporate tie, and I'm just another viewer passing by. Looking at your profile like a museum piece, an artifact of youth that I had to release. We used to talk for hours about nothing at all. Now we just double tap from a distance, standing small. A cold double tap on a square digital frame. It's funny how a stranger now carries your name. Growing up is quiet, it doesn't make a sound. It just scatters the people that you used to keep around. No bad blood, no anger in the space, just the silent drift into a different place. The ghosts of ex-friends floating on the feed, different lives, different things we think we need. Bittersweet nostalgia ticking on the clock, an old conversation that we forgot to unlock. Thought about text and typed a hey, how's it going? But the gap between us is too wide and showing. What will we say after all these long years? How's the weather? Or how are your career fears? The exhausting work life swallowed up the time, left us with no energy to make the friendship rhyme. You have your own circle, your own weekend plans, and I'm just a ghost holding empty hands. The shared inside jokes are faded to gray, just pixels on a screen from a yesterday. Are you doing well? I guess so. We survived the classrooms, but we lost a piece of a simple friendship that didn't need a lease. Now you're just a memory with a blue check mark, a childhood anchor drifting in the dark. Growing up is quiet, it doesn't make a sound. It just scatters the people that you used to keep around. No bad blood, no anger in the space, just the silent drift into a different place. The ghosts of ex-friends floating on the feed, different lives, different things we think we need. Bittersweet nostalgia ticking on the clock, an old conversation that we forgot to unlock. Locking phone, putting it away. I hope you're happy anyway. Just another ghost. In the palm of my hand, an old transit pass from a trip I never planned. Now it's just a token for the morning routine. Trapped inside the belly of a metal machine. The same tracks, the same tired eyes. My transit card knows the routing of my routine. No surprise, beep at the turnstile, stepping through the gate. I see a heavy coats, everyone is running late. Packed against the window, shoulder to shoulder tight. Watching the gray blur, swallowing the morning light. Station after station, the doors slide wide. Nobody is talking, we just bury what's inside. Stuck in a loop like a scratched up vinyl track. Heading to a place where the colors turn to black. I look at the map, the intertwined lines. A gridlock of souls reading all the warning signs. Green light, red light, swaying with the crowd. The screech of the brakes is getting too loud. We're moving so fast, but we're standing so still. Just cogs in the wheel against our own will. Same old transit line taking me away. Trading all my dreams for another gray day. Unused tickets buried deep in my coat. A heavy steel train keeping me afloat. Nine to 5 ghost transfer at the square. Breathing in the heavy air-conditioned air. I used to think of oceans, I used to think of skies. Now I'm just tracking where the local line flies. Another announcement muffled through the grill. 1,000 blank faces completely and utterly still. The world is spinning out there past the concrete wall. But inside this tunnel I can't hear it at all. Just a daily migration under fluorescent lights. Losing the distinction between the days and the nights. Mind the gap, watch your step. The platform is crowded but the heart is so bare. We're all going somewhere but nobody cares. Hold on to the strap, let the rhythm take the lead. A weary commuter with nowhere to bleed. Green light, red light, swaying with the crowd. The screech of the brakes is getting too loud. We're moving so fast but we're standing so still. Just cogs in the wheel against our own will. Same old transit line taking me away. Trading all my dreams for another gray day. Unused tickets buried deep in my coat. A heavy steel train keeping me afloat. Doors opening on the right. Step out into the fog. Time to do it all over.